Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well as you continue this COVID lockdown that we're experiencing. Today I want to talk about the resumption of Parliament and why this is so important. Currently, the Trudeau government has a routine. They come out every day, Justin Trudeau comes out every day to give his briefing. A little bit like a cuckoo clock, same hour every day, he pops out, does his thing, and then goes back inside. His ministers also do briefings numerous times during the day. They can say whatever they want, and a lot of the questions that they get from the media are just softball questions, probably because the media doesn't really know what to ask. And so we end up with this scenario where the government is able to say whatever they want, with really no accountability. And sometimes they even say things that are not true. Like on Sunday, Justin Trudeau said that the Conservatives had asked to bring all the members of Parliament back today to Parliament, and that simply wasn't true. It's a lie, in fact, and he knew that. He knew that we had not asked for that, yet he said it, and there's really nothing that can be done to counter that. So we need a situation where we are able to ask questions and hold the government to account for what they're doing and saying. So what did we propose? Well, we proposed sittings like the emergency ones that we just had, a small number of MPs, and focused in on the issues of the day. Now, these kinds of sittings don't require a large number of support people. We don't need all the staff in the House of Commons. We don't need people bringing us lunch. We don't need delivery people. We don't need our own staff even in there. We as MPs can handle this on our own. We can bring our own food, we can bring our own drinks, and we can support ourselves. Keep in mind that there are still a lot of people working on Parliament Hill. There's a large number of security staff that are still working there. And remember that we're doing construction right now. Center Block is being renovated, and so there are hundreds of employees working every day on Center Block doing construction. And these people are working in close proximity to each other, and it just goes on as normal. And so we feel that as MPs, we can totally handle this on our own without a lot of support, and yet we can still get the job done. Now, many of you have asked about virtual sittings. The reality is all of us are meeting virtually with our friends, with our families, and through work. And myself, I'm on virtual calls every single day. It's become the new norm for us in Canada. The problem is virtual calls don't work very well for parliamentary work. Some of the issues are we need to have everything translated into both languages, and that's difficult on a Zoom call. We have to have the ability to raise points of order when somebody's speaking out of turn or when they've said something that's not true. And that gets difficult in a Zoom situation with a lot of people. And the other reality is that many MPs live in rural Canada, and lots of rural Canada has very poor internet. And so it's difficult to have video feed on a rural internet line. And so it's just really not practical. Now, the Procedures and House Affairs Committee is working on how this might work. And so they're studying the issue, and they're due to report back to us in a few weeks. So once they do that report, that'll give us some more insight into this whole thing. But at the moment, we're just not there yet. And if you need an example of how this looks, just go to my Facebook and you'll see a video from last week's Health Committee meeting. It was a total gong show. In order for Parliament to function effectively, we need a strong opposition. Now, it seems like the NDP and the Bloc have simply joined with the Liberals and given up. Conservatives will continue to press the government. Examples of success are we were able to convince the government to raise the wage subsidy from 10% to 75%. We were able to get widened loan parameters for small businesses. And we were able to get the government to expand the CERB to include more people. And so effective opposition is important at holding the government to account, but also helping the government to see things they may have overlooked. And remember that certain workers are allowed to work right now. Obviously medical personnel, construction workers, many stores are still functioning. We should allow our leaders to continue to work during this time. This pandemic has been very hard on Canada, and we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars to get through it. That spending needs to have parliamentary oversight, and that is why we want to come back to Parliament. We need to get our economy working again, as that's the only sure way out of this economic mess. Conservatives know how to do that. That's our thing. And so we need to be back in Parliament. We need to be helping the government, moving them forward with changes and improvements to their legislation and getting our economy working again. So thank you everybody for your patience during this time. We will emerge from this at some point. We will be stronger. We will be together. And as always, if you have any questions or issues, please don't hesitate to contact my office. Stay healthy, everyone.